At 7 a.m. this hour, we take a look at a Middleton skier who's on her way to the Winter Youth Olympic Games. Her story is straight ahead. Plus, as 2023 comes to a close, it's time to take a look back at the biggest news stories of this year.
And we're expecting alert day conditions for this morning. I'll have your full forecast coming up.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us here on Weekend Mornings. Actor Anthony Hopkins turns 86 today. Let's begin this hour by taking a look outside with Jacob Montesano. Jacob, when I went out of my home this morning, my apartment, I fell down right away because it was so icy outside.
Yeah, thankfully, you know, my car was parked in a garage, and they had already put some salt on the ramp leading up to the street, so I was good there. But yeah, I did slip around just a few times, and we will likely continue to see those slippery road conditions for the morning, with some freezing drizzle and some light snow. Now, the snow is only going to be about an inch, but with the snow mixing in with that freezing rain, that is why we have put out an alert day. So looking at the winter weather advisory that's in effect for southern Wisconsin, it's in effect for the western portion of the area, including parts of Iowa and Minnesota until 9 a.m. This also includes La Crosse, but Madison and areas to Lake Michigan, the winter weather advisory is in effect until noon. Looking at the current radar, seeing some light snow continue across much of the area. For La Crosse, a few heavier bands, looks like right around the city and also just to the southwest. And looking closer at Madison, a little bit lighter snow, but for Madison, the snow is going to last a little bit longer compared to La Crosse. So here's a look at future track. Notice these pink. That will be what we could possibly see some ice or freezing rain, and this will continue throughout the morning. Even into the early afternoon, we could see some lingering flurries, but we're not going to see the roads as treacherous during the afternoon hours. I'll have more on the forecast for the upcoming week still to come.
Now to 2024, where 2024 will bring the world's best athletes together in Paris this summer to compete for gold. But there's actually another Olympic Games starting in less than a month, and one of Middleton's own will be there to compete on the world stage. News 3 Now's Braden Ross has more.
This is pretty much the definition of an I've made it moment.
It was kind of a euphoric feeling in a way.
When Middleton High School senior Estella Hasrick landed this jump, she also landed a ticket to represent the United States in the biggest youth winter sports event in the world.
And when I was at the bottom, it was like, oh my gosh, she did it.
She'll be one of 4 youth ski jumpers heading to South Korea this January to compete in the Winter Youth Olympic Games, jumping on the same hills Olympians did in 2018.
Those hills now they have a history behind them, and we'll also get to jump on them.
But before Pyeongchang, there was Black Hawk Ski Club here in Middleton, Wisconsin, and those hills have history too. It was at Black Hawk that Estella tackled her first ever jump at just 8 years old.
I was definitely a little nervous, but my strategy is just you count to 3 and then you go.
Eventually, Estella outgrew Black Hawk's jumps, so now she spends a lot of the year training and competing in other parts of the country.
We're like, if she's ever going to meet her goal, if she's ever going to get to that next level, she has to go to a place and jump the bigger hills on a regular basis.
These days, when she looks down a ski jump, the height doesn't make her nervous. But competing on the world stage can definitely bring the pressure.
Well, I have a really good sports psychologist, so that really helps, especially in ski jumping. I think it's probably 85% mental and 15% physical.
And it's all while she's still finishing high school at Middleton online and applying to college.
It's definitely a challenge.
But Estella has never been afraid of a challenge.
If you can sit at the top of a jump and go for it, you can pretty much do anything.
Because for her, that I've made it moment is worth it.
I'm excited to continue making my own path and my own journey through the sport and seeing where I end up.
Reporting in Madison, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
And she plans to keep jumping after she graduates in the spring and heads off to college. And then after that, well, she says she'll hopefully go for the gold at another Olympics. And in more local news now, it was a race to see who the best puzzlers in Madison are at Puzzlepalooza yesterday. It took place at the Madison School and Recreation East. In their ugliest sweater, teams of 2 and 4 raced opponents to see who could finish the same jigsaw puzzle the fastest. It was no easy task. Puzzles with 500 to 1,000 pieces were given to participants, and prizes were given to the first, second, and third place winners. All puzzles provided there were theirs to keep. 2024 was certainly a year filled with a lot of news. As we look forward to next year, we can't go without taking a look back at the year that was. Emily Schmidt brings us the biggest stories of 2023.
Perhaps the most 2023 way to try to sum up this year is not to try it all and let AI do it for you. After all, Collins Dictionary named AI its word of the year for driving the conversation about the power and potential perils of artificial intelligence, as Senator Richard Blumenthal proved when he used an AI-generated deepfake of his own voice.
Too often, we have seen what happens when technology outpaces regulation.
But even AI couldn't envision all 2023 had in store.
Well, what the heck is that?
A Chinese spy balloon crossed the country, capturing people's attention, creating political concerns. The military shot it down after a 7-day journey. Extreme weather was a frequent theme. Deadly wildfires in Maui arrived so quickly in August. As the emergency siren warning system stayed silent, people plunged into the ocean seeking safety.
You gotta go!
At least 110 died. Thousands lost their homes in Hawaii's largest ever natural disaster. Unions walked.
Tonight, for the first time in our history, we will strike all three of the big three at once.
United Auto Workers, Kaiser Permanente workers, LA's school district workers, Writers Guild of America workers, and SAG-AFTRA actors all went on the picket lines. In the Middle East, on October 7th, Hamas put what it said was a plan 2 years in the making into action, killing more than 1,200 people in Israel in just the attack's first hours, taking at least 200 hostages, some eventually released, others left in limbo. Israel attacked Hamas in Gaza in return, killing thousands more in an unfolding political and humanitarian crisis. Back in the U.S., mass shooters took lives in the most ordinary places. In Lewiston, Maine, the year's deadliest mass shooting, 18 people died simply eating or bowling. Ohio's Attorney General filed a federal lawsuit against Norfolk Southern after a toxic train derailment in East Palestine. Courtrooms set the scene for their share of politics. New York Republican George Santos pleaded not guilty to 23 charges, including fraud and money laundering. The House expelled him, the 6th congressman, first Republican. New Jersey Democratic Senator Bob Menendez and his wife pleaded not guilty to federal corruption-related charges, accused of accepting hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of bribes. Hunter Biden became the first child of a sitting president charged by the Justice Department. His lawyer has suggested the charges are politically motivated. Former President Trump racked up historic court superlatives all year. The first time a current or former president has faced criminal charges. The first time a former president was charged with crimes in federal court. The first former president with a mugshot. Trump stayed on the campaign trail, and President Biden went to Georgia to honor former First Lady Rosalynn Carter, who died at age 96 after a lifetime of service. Her 99-year-old husband, Jimmy Carter, who has remained in hospice care most of the year, attended as well. Their lifetime together superseding even a term in the White House. That kind of contrast happened all year. A son's book, a king's coronation, the challenges of conquering space, the dangers of exploring the ocean when a Titanic-bound submersible imploded, killing all on board. Even status quo brought change. Kevin McCarthy became the first House Speaker to be removed from office. It took 3 weeks for Republicans to agree on his successor. That's 2023, a year too unbelievable for AI, too unforgettable for real. I'm Emily Schmidt reporting.
Time now is 7:09. Still ahead, Consumer Reports shares some non-alcoholic sparkling wines to substitute for your champagne toast tonight. Plus, we're going to take a live look outside again. Jake will have another check of the forecast just ahead.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
Have you heard? Tempur-Pedic sleep is better sleep.
With innovative memory foam developed by NASA, Tempur-Pedic mattresses reduce motion transfer,
Which means less tossing and turning so you can sleep undisturbed through the night. But which Tempur-Pedic is right for you? Come to Denver Mattress and test for yourself. Or get a $300 gift when you purchase any qualifying Tempur-Pedic. And rest easy knowing it's backed by our 365-night better sleep guarantee. Shop Denver Mattress today, your Tempur-Pedic elite retailer.
Menards is the one-stop shop for everything you need. Get a truckload of savings on items you need every day for everyone in your household. We have it all, from big to small and everything in between. Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizza is made with the hungry in mind. It's loaded with over ½ pound of real Wisconsin cheese and piled high with your favorite premium toppings. Get 2 for $12 now at Menards. Limited time only.
Save big money at Menards.
Are you tired of living with that awful joint pain in your knees, hips, back, and shoulder? Ready to get your life back? Call QC Kinetics now, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. These non-invasive treatments harness your body's own healing power to restore and repair damaged joint tissue. No drugs, no downtime, no surgery. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation. Learn how all-natural advanced regenerative medicine can bring you lasting relief. QC Kinetics.
Shopping with insurance.
Whoa. The unexpected can happen to any of us. That's why SelectQuote makes it easy to get the life insurance coverage you need to protect your family for less than $1 a day.
SelectQuote found me a $500,000 policy for only $16 a month.
We could help you save more than 50% on life insurance.
Visit or call us. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CR-V. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
Good morning, everybody. Here's a look at the 3 things you need to know to get you ready for the new year. We are going to see that light snow and some light ice this morning, which is why we have put out the alert day conditions. For the rest of the week, though, we are going to be fairly dry with temperatures pretty close to average, maybe slightly above it, but they're going to be pretty consistently in the middle to lower 30s. So looking at the alert day information, it is going to continue until the late morning, probably until around noon for much of our area with that freezing drizzle and light snow. This is also for all of southern Wisconsin. Looking at the winter weather advisory, in effect until 9 a.m. for the western portion of our area, in effect until noon for Madison and places to the east. And if we look at the current snowfall, we're seeing some widespread light snow at this hour, and this is expected to continue for a few more hours. Looking closer at La Crosse, we're seeing some of those heavier bands just to the west, but in general, the bands are pretty moderate, just a tad bit heavier than what we're seeing around Dane County. So even some light snow to the south, just to the east of Janesville, seeing more light snow develop just to the north of Madison and expected to impact Dane County for a few more hours. So looking at future track, the snow is expected to be light to moderate and pretty consistent during the morning. But by the afternoon, some flurries are still possible, but it likely will be on and off flurries. And we're also not going to see as much accumulation during the afternoon hours. Looking at the evening, we will start to see the clouds break up just a little bit with partly cloudy skies around midnight for celebrations. And then for tomorrow morning, we're going to see some fog early, but by the afternoon, we are going to see some sunshine. In fact, we'll see plenty of sunshine during the afternoon with temperatures in the lower 30s. But looking at the accumulation going forward, places to the east will likely see close to an inch, probably around a ½ inch to a full inch, with areas to the west likely seeing that snow end a bit earlier. But the reason we have the alert day out is not necessarily for the snowfall, but because of the combination of snow and some freezing drizzle, which will cause the roads to be a little treacherous. Now, looking at the temperature forecast for the rest of the week, consistently in the 30s, could max out around 35. Lowest temperature will be Thursday in the upper 20s, so not crazy temperatures, pretty close to average, a little bit above average. And if we look at the full 10-day forecast, we're going to be fairly dry for the rest of the week as well. Towards the beginning of next week, as we look at Monday and Tuesday, this is January 8th and 9th, it does look like we do have the potential for a strong system to move into the Midwest and Wisconsin. Now, at this point, because temperatures will be right around freezing, we expect to see a mixture of rain and snow. But models are in good agreement that we could definitely see some accumulating snow. Now, it's way too early to say for sure that that will happen. It's too early to make specific estimates, and we will have more updates as it gets closer, but just be prepared that at the very least, the trend of the dry weather that we've been seeing, at least the lack of snow, may start to shift as we get towards the middle of the month.
All right, Jacob, with that update, thank you so much. Now to some more national headlines this morning. A federal appeals court decided Friday another January 6th lawsuit against former President Trump will not be dismissed on his claims of presidential immunity. The three-judge panel is based in Washington, D.C. It wrote the legal questions around Trump's claims of immunity in one lawsuit are nearly indistinguishable from another civil case it already decided. In that case, the court held presidents are not entitled to sweeping immunity around everything they say and do while in office, such as when they're campaigning. In the case decided Friday, 8 Capitol Police officers injured in the January 6, 2021 attack are seeking damages. They allege Trump, his campaign, and right-wing extremist groups engaged in a conspiracy and committed civil rights violations and assault and battery. Special counsel Jack Smith is challenging former President Trump's claim that he should have absolute immunity from criminal prosecution. Smith filed documents on Saturday claiming Trump's claim, quote, threatens to license presidents to commit crimes to remain in office. The new filing comes less than 2 weeks before the immunity issue comes before the U.S. Appeals Court in Washington, D.C. Trump's lawyers have argued the former president should not face prosecution in the election interference case brought by Smith because Trump has immunity. Norman Lear, Tina Turner, and Matthew Perry, those are just some of the famous stars who left us too early this year. Here now is a tribute to the icons we lost in 2023.
I'm sorry, we don't have your sheep.
Goodbye, everybody.
Movie stars are like gods and goddesses. When one fades, another promptly takes its place.
Schlemiel, Schlemazel, Haas and Vamp Incorporated.
Hello, Dottie. It's me, Pee-wee.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer, only on News 3 Now.
Recharge from the holidays with a new Toyota at Toyotathon.
I have got a truckload of new Toyotas out front. Check them out. Something I said?
Yes.
Get 3.99% APR plus $1,000 cash back on Tacoma when you finance through Toyota Financial Services. Toyota, let's go places.
The OBGYN team at Associated Physicians is excited to welcome new patients. Work with doctors who respect you, who take the time to really listen and advocate for you. With our team of experts, you take charge of your healthcare journey through care that is tailored to your unique needs. To top that, you can see your OBGYN doctor in just days, not weeks. Call today, 608-233-9746. Associated Physicians OBGYN. No judgment, just care. Visit us at apmadison.com/OBGYN.
Welcome back. Today we're at a retirement center built by Cleary. I'm with Alexa from Siler Ridge. Alexa, why did Siler Ridge choose Cleary?
Well, everyone said that Cleary stays with you.
Bam! In your face.
Inside, you really see all the finishes at Cleary.
Checkmate! Woo! This place is awesome. I'm never gonna leave.
Well, I guess that's it for today. Start building your dreams at clearybuilding.com.
When moderate to severe ulcerative colitis takes you off course, put it in check with Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
When I wanted to see results fast, Rinvoq delivered rapid symptom relief and helped leave bathroom urgency behind. Check.
When UC tried to slow me down, I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
And when UC caused damage, Rinvoq came through by visibly repairing my colon lining. Check. Rapid symptom relief, lasting steroid-free remission.
And a chance to visibly repair the colon lining. Check, check, and check.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Put UC in check and keep it there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
The holidays are winding down.
Coming through.
Time to recharge with a new Toyota during the final days of Toyotathon.
Get $1,000 cash back on your favorite models when you finance through Toyota Financial Services. Toyota, let's go places.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Here's a look at the precipitation forecast for the next 7 days. A lot of this precipitation you're seeing is from the snow and freezing rain we're going to see this morning. Outside of that, we're going to be fairly dry for the next week. However, as I've been talking about, we are going to see possibly a shift to that pattern towards the beginning of next week. But looking, as I mentioned this week, we're not going to see much precipitation. Now, by the time we get to the end of the week, we could see a system move through the southern portion of, or to the south of us in the southeast and near the Ohio Valley. But as we get towards Sunday, this is Sunday of next week, here's when that system looks to track into our area. Now, obviously a lot could change between now and then, but it looks like we will see some rain Monday night and possibly that rain transition into snow as we get into Tuesday. At this moment, it does look like the potential for accumulating snow is there, but a lot can change between now and then, so definitely stay updated as it gets closer.
Thank you so much. With the holidays also comes holiday parties at work, at friends or family, or perhaps at your own home, and that means stocking up on drinks. Wherever it is, it might be a good idea to have some non-alcoholic beverages on hand, as not everyone will necessarily feel like drinking alcohol. Consumer Reports taste test non-alcoholic sparkling wines to find out the best substitute for those champagne toast.
Want to raise a toast this holiday season but don't feel like drinking alcohol? Good news! There are tons of alcohol-free sparkling wines to choose from and not feel left out.
Your guests may be driving, sober, pregnant, on medication. Whatever the reason, it's always a good idea to have some non-alcoholic options available.
To find out which non-alcoholic sparkling wines are worth serving, CR enlisted 12 staffers to do a blind taste test.
They tasted 8 de-alcoholized sparkling wines, which are made the same way as regular wine with the alcohol removed at the end. And they also tasted 2 wine alternatives, which contain herbs, fruit, tea, and some fizz.
Testers evaluated each beverage for flavor, bubbliness, and if they would buy it for themselves. So which ones did the testers like? A hit with most of the testers was Venata Tinteling Tempranillo Rosé, which they found to be refreshing and sweet, but not too sweet. For fans of sweeter wines, the runner-up might be for you. Sutter Home's Frey alcohol-removed wine, Sparkling Brut. And if you're looking to not spend too much, testers found the more affordable Rondell Zero de-alcoholized sparkling wine a great pick for a party, as it was found easy to drink. While non-alcoholic beverages can be great alternatives, it's important to keep expectations in check.
Don't expect the non-alcoholic versions to taste exactly like their alcoholic counterparts, but they are getting quite close.
Whatever is your preferred beverage, raise a glass to a safe and wonderful New Year. This is David Fazekas.
And if you're looking for some non-alcoholic cocktails, CR has some great recipes. We have those linked at our website, channel3000.com. There's still a half-hour news ahead here on Weekend Mornings. Next, we're going to run through the morning's top stories. We'll be right back.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's New Year's sale on now, with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home. With Lazy Boy recliners from $3.99 and always free delivery. Open New Year's Day 11 to 4.
Join the digital sales team at Phase 3 Digital and step into something big. We're not just hiring, we're building careers. If you're passionate about the digital world, apply today at channel3000.com and be part of something big.
You'll never guess what we're doing to the Baconator. We're putting it...
pretzel bun on the Baconator. Catherine, you seeing this?
Posters everywhere.
What?
The Baconator you love with a new pretzel twist. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new Pretzel Baconator.
We've been spending a lot more time than ever at home these days. So maybe now you've just noticed cold air coming in from a couple windows, or that your patio door isn't closing fully, which means you're losing heat in the winter, losing cooling in the summer, losing money all year long. And that means now is the time for new windows and patio doors from Renewal by Andersen. Most installations are usually done in just one day. Renewal by Andersen windows and doors can help lower your heating bills and air conditioning bills with their most energy efficient glass available. Only their windows are made with Fibrex material, proven to be 2 times stronger than vinyl. And they're backed by a 20-year warranty. And right now, when you buy one window or patio door, get one at 40% off. Plus, there's no money down, no payments for 12 months, and no interest for 12 months. Plus, an additional $200 off your entire purchase.
1-800-216-7421.
Do more together this holiday in the Chevy that's right for you. The award-winning Chevy Equinox, the hard-working Chevy Silverado, or the all-new high-tech Chevy Trax. Whatever your plans are this season, do more in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or current Chevy owners get $5,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
It's the Portage Furniture Store's New Year's sale on now, with a huge in-stock inventory of top brands for every room in your home, with custom sofas from $8.99 and always free delivery. Open New Year's Day 11 to 4.
SSM Health and News 3 Now would like to invite you and your family to make a colorful connection this giving season. Go to channel3000.com to download a Time for Kids coloring sheet, or find it in November's Madison magazine. Add color and a kind message, then mail it to SSM Health. They'll share with a hospital patient who can't be home for the holidays. And you might even see it on News 3 Now. Take time for kids and spread joy to others by making a colorful connection.
It's 7:30 right now. Israel's prime minister says the war in Gaza will continue for many more months. We have the latest details this morning. Also, preparations for tonight's New Year's celebration in New York City. We'll have the details on how everyone is getting ready.
And here in Madison, we're expecting alert day conditions this morning. All the full forecast coming up.
Good Sunday morning. Thanks for joining us here on Weekend Mornings. It is December 31st. Let's begin again this half hour by taking a look outside with Jacob Montesano. Jacob, like I said, it was slick outside when I fell this morning. I'm fine though. Anyone else going out, they should be fine, right?
Yeah, definitely take it easy. We are expected to see those slippery roads during the morning, and that is why we have put out the alert day, but it will improve by the afternoon and evening. Now, this is for all of southern Wisconsin, and it's not just for the snow, because we also are expected to see a little bit of freezing drizzle, and the snow will also be fairly wet, and considering the temperatures are below freezing, a lot of that snow may freeze over as it makes contact with the ground. So, like I mentioned, just take it easy if you plan on traveling somewhere this morning. There's a winter weather advisory in effect until noon for Madison and areas to the east, until 9 a.m. though off to the west. So for those of you near La Crosse, the snow will likely end a bit earlier. Looking at the current radar, we are seeing some more snow develop just to the north of Dane County moving in. Also seeing some of that moderate snow kind of moving out of La Crosse. The snow is also moving very slowly. So even though this band looks pretty small, it could last for about an hour or two. But in general, the snow is going to remain very light to moderate. We're not expected to see a lot of accumulation, but the combination of the snow and the freezing rain is why we have put out the alert day and will cause some slippery roads. So snow is going to continue during the morning, even the late morning, but by the afternoon, some flurries are possible, but we're not expected to see that snow during the afternoon accumulate all that much. And by the time we get to the evening and midnight for New Year's Eve festivities, most of the snow will clear out of the area and the roads will be a lot better. I'll have more on your first week of 2024 coming up a bit later.
All right, thanks, Jacob. Now let's take another look outside with your road conditions this morning. This is up near Toma. We liked our viewers up there in the La Crosse and Cooley region. Yeah, same kind of thing. Got some wet, slippery conditions up there. Just again, make sure you drive slow when going out anywhere on your Sunday. And now we got a developing story into our newsroom this morning. A multi-state kidnapping ended in Iowa County yesterday. According to the Iowa County Sheriff's Office, a vehicle involved in a silver alert, those are for anyone missing in Indiana, was spotted on Saturday at a gas station in Barneveld. Authorities were then advised that the people inside the vehicle were possibly armed. They took off traveling south on U.S. Highway 151 before being stopped by the Dodgeville Police Department and county sheriff's deputies. Once pulled over, the 11-year-old who was abducted was safely removed. The 3 adults in the vehicle were taken into custody. All 3 were residents, or rather are residents of South Dakota, and each had warrants for their arrest in Indiana. No other details are being released at this time. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says his country's war against Hamas will continue for, quote, many more months. The announcement comes amid persistent international ceasefire calls after mounting civilian deaths, hunger, and mass displacement in Gaza. Netanyahu thanked the Biden administration for its continued backing, including approval for a new emergency weapons sale. The health ministry in Gaza said Saturday that more than 21,000 Palestinians have been killed in Israel's air and ground offensive since the deadly October 7th Hamas attack. Of those, more than 160 were killed over the past 24 hours. Now switching gears, preparations are well underway for tonight's New Year's celebration in New York City. Yesterday, the famous crystal ball had a little bit of a test drop. After flipping a giant switch, the ball went up and down and came back on the pole as planned, testing out the many different lighting patterns all along the way. We'd now go to Bradley Blackburn in New York with more on the preparations for tonight's big celebration.
They flipped the switch and tested the lights on Times Square's famous crystal ball. All systems go for tonight's big countdown.
Getting ready to party. That's what's going on here today.
Yes. New York officials expect the crowd to reach pre-pandemic levels this year. And while there are no specific credible threats, the NYPD and federal law enforcement are taking extra precautions.
We know how to safeguard events of this size.
With ongoing tension from the Israel-Hamas war, law enforcement is on alert for potential violence. And major events in New York, like the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree lighting, have been disrupted by protests. For New Year's Eve, they are expanding the security perimeter around Times Square.
There will be a large contingency of officers you won't see as well. Many in plain clothes ensuring the safety of our city. And watching overhead will be our aviation unit and our drone deployment package.
Security is tight in other major cities, too. In Rio de Janeiro, 2 million people are expected on Copacabana Beach. And in Paris, 6,000 officers will be deployed along the Champs-Élysées, with officials concerned about the threat of terrorism. But revelers everywhere are focused on the fun and the future.
It's going to be a great year for all of us.
As the world welcomes 2024. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Live performances in Times Square tonight include Megan Thee Stallion, LL Cool J, and Paul Anka. Madison police are preparing for how they'll keep celebrations safe tonight. Officer Hunter Lisco says law enforcement will be out in full force this New Year's Eve, ready to help, saying there are steps you can take to make sure you enter the new year on the right foot.
We're hopeful that everyone will make good, wise, responsible choices. You know, if they're consuming alcohol, making the right, wise, responsible choice not to drink and drive, using the buddy system to make sure that they're staying with friends, staying safe, going places that they know and know how to get home from is really important for us.
There are plenty of options to help you avoid getting behind the wheel after drinking. The Tavern League of Wisconsin's Safe Ride program can call you a free ride home, and AAA's Tow-to-Go program will take both you and your car home. The Wisconsin football team was soaking in the sun yesterday as part of their trip to the ReliQuest Bowl. Our Zach Hanley is in Clearwater Beach with how this team is taking in every moment together before tomorrow's matchup with LSU.
Well, it was beach day for the Badgers, and the team not only spent the afternoon having some fun in the sun, but soaking up every moment left they have with each other. For some Badgers, the water was too cold.
Oh, it was freezing. Oh, it was cold. But you just gotta say, you know, you gotta ride with it. You gotta just go. You just gotta go. You can't think. You just gotta go.
For others, it was just fine.
They all went up there and felt it with their toes. They're like, it's too cold. I'm like, nah, this isn't really cold water. So, I mean, it felt good to jump in there and be the first one, too.
But it really didn't matter what the temperature of the water was.
You're in Florida, man. Try to have fun. You know, I can't swim, you're right. But, you know, I'd rather hop in the water and have fun with these guys because, you know, this might be the last ride with some of the boys we're playing with.
Beach day was a hit for this group. From boogie boards.
I found this boogie board. I was waiting for the people to come back. I might have borrowed it a little bit. I'm gonna put it back. But I was too excited. I got out there. I love the water, so I was just excited to swim.
To a helpful hand getting in.
Teddy was not a strong swimmer, so I figured he needed a little bit of encouragement, kind of walk him out there, get his toes wet. So he's out there now. He's enjoying it. So I think he's having fun.
This team was making memories that will last forever.
Obviously, there's a goal in mind to win the football game and, you know, prepare as best as possible. But I like that we start early. We start early, like 6:30 in the morning. We get done by 1. And then after that, it's kind of just enjoying time with your boys.
Good bonding time with the team before a big game coming up. I think it's very impactful for us in the future. So I enjoy this time with these guys, and we're gonna live it up here while we can.
There's nothing special planned for the Badgers on Sunday, just a normal walkthrough practice, followed by a team dinner at the hotel. And all that's left to do is go out and play. At a very dark Clearwater Beach, Zach Hanley, News 3 Sports.
Time now is 7:38. Still ahead, we take a look back at a health conversation about avoiding depression around the holidays. Stick with us. This is Weekend Mornings.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year's Sale on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year!
Hurry in, America. It's time to visit your Ford dealer for the final days of the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Choose from a large inventory of Ford vehicles equipped with technology and flexibility for any season. It's your last chance to get special offers on our great selection of Ford vehicles. Only during the final days of the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Choose FlexBuy on a new Ford SUV and get 1.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $3,500 FlexBuy cash. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference. by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
I told myself I was okay with my moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis symptoms, with my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. But just okay isn't okay, and I was done settling.
If you still have symptoms after a TNF blocker like Humira or Enbrel, Rinvoq is different and may help. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that can rapidly relieve joint pain, stiffness, and swelling in RA and PSA, relieve fatigue for some, and stop joint damage. And in PSA, can leave skin clear or almost clear.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin, heart attack, stroke, and GI tears occurred. People 50 and older with a heart disease risk factor have an increased risk of death. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Done settling?
Ask your rheumatologist for Rinvoq.
And take back what's yours.
AbbVie could help you save.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized New Year's Sale on now at Waunakee Furniture ETC. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted furniture that's right for you.
Happy New Year!
Looking a bit forward towards the second week of January, temperatures look to remain relatively consistent. We're going to have temperatures just slightly above average this week, and that looks to be the case as we head into next week. The big change, though, is we are looking to see a little bit more active weather, not just for our area, but across a lot of the United States. Now, specifically January 8th and 9th, maybe even into January 10th, at this time, it does look like we could see a strong system moving into our area. It does look like that we could see some accumulating snow, but because temperatures are going to be right around freezing, we're expecting to see a mix of rain and snow. A lot can change between now and then, so definitely stay updated. But at this time, models are in pretty good agreement that we will not only just see rain, but possibly some accumulating snow. So the trend of the dry weather and the lack of snow we've been seeing may start to shift as we head towards the middle of January.
All right, Jacob, thank you. This morning, we are revisiting a health conversation from this year where our Shane Hogan sat down with Dr. Rupa Shah to talk about the triggers of holiday depression. Here now is that conversation.
It's the most wonderful time of the year with the holidays approaching, but what if you just can't get into that holiday spirit? SSM Health family medicine physician and wellness coach Dr. Rupa Shah joins us today to discuss why holidays can be difficult for some and how to best manage it. So, Dr. Shah, what can cause depression during the holidays?
Yeah, so feelings of depression and anxiety are actually really common for a lot of folks during the holidays because there's a lot more social pressures. There's this, a lot of obligations that folks have, right? There's not as much time to rest and recharge.
Right.
And there's a lot of expectations that people put on themselves or may feel perceived, right?
Yeah.
The gift giving, the setting the perfect table, traveling to see, and then the financial stressors as well. So all of that really can bring on a lot of anxiety, stress, and depression.
Yeah,
for
I'm
some folks
sure
at the holidays.
everyone has felt it in some way, shape, or form.
Absolutely.
Now, what should loved ones do to support someone that is maybe feeling some of those symptoms of depression around this time of year?
Yeah, so if you know somebody that's really struggling or typically struggles during the holidays, or if they've lost a loved one during this time of year, just reaching out to them, letting them know you're thinking about them, that can make all the difference to somebody who's kind of quietly just feeling some turmoil and stuff, and just feeling a little bit more supported.
Yeah, showing up doesn't always have to be a gift either, right?
Certainly not. It does not have to be. Just listening can be enough.
Absolutely. Now, what can someone with depression do during the holidays to take care of themselves, maybe not relying on someone else?
Sure. So, taking time for self-care is always important. So when you're feeling a lot of those pressures and you feel like you need to pull back, just taking some time reading a quiet book, getting maybe off of social media, which can just add to that, taking a nice bath, things like that. Just self-care for ourselves during this time, even when it feels super busy. And then sometimes the best thing is saying no.
I was just going to say that, you know?
So if it just seems like too much, saying no is an okay thing to do to protect yourself. And then setting realistic expectations, whether you have those expectations of yourselves or maybe of somebody else. Just finding like, how is that making you feel? And if it doesn't feel quite right, bringing down those expectations and just knowing that it's going to be okay and you don't have to be everything to everybody.
Yeah, you know, you got the office parties, your Friendsgivings. I mean, you've got so many obligations during this time of year. It's okay to just pull back a little bit.
It sure is.
Yeah. All right,
Definitely.
Dr. Shaw, where else do people find you?
They can find me on Instagram at Wellness with Dr. Shaw.
All right, thank you as always.
Thank you.
Stick with us. Up after the break, Jake will have a final check of the forecast.
Happy holidays from all of us at WISC-TV.
Recharge from the holidays with a new Toyota at Toyotathon.
I have got a truckload of new Toyotas out front. Check them out. Something I said?
Yes.
Get 3.99% APR plus $1,000 cash back on Tacoma when you finance through Toyota Financial Services. Toyota, let's go places.
The OBGYN team at Associated Physicians is excited to welcome new patients. Work with doctors who respect you, who take the time to really listen and advocate for you. With our team of experts, you take charge of your healthcare journey through care that is tailored to your unique needs. To top that, you can see your OBGYN doctor in just days, not weeks. Call today, 608-233-9746. Associated Physicians OBGYN. No judgment, just care. Visit us at apmadison.com/OBGYN.
Experience the Channel 3000 News app today. Tailored for your news the way you want it. With a customizable home page and faster page loads, download the Channel 3000 News app. Powered by News 3 Now.
Do more together this holiday in the Chevy that's right for you. The award-winning Chevy Equinox. The hard-working Chevy Silverado. Or the all-new high-tech Chevy Trax. Whatever your plans are this season, do more in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or current Chevy owners get $5,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
You want to feel important, to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
We know. We felt that way too.
And that's why we joined the Army National Guard. Take on your legacy.
Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Alien tape is strong enough to hold this fishbowl on a moving car. Just peel and stick and make anything stay in place quick. A wooden shelf, a basket to glass, rugs to the floor, and so much more. Alien tape sticks to brick, pavers, marble, tile, plastic, even leather. Nothing works better. Alien tape secures in seconds, then twist, pull, and rinse to reuse. You're dying to try it. Here's your chance to buy it.
Call 1-800-490-1347 or go to tryalientape.com. That's 1-800-490-1347.
The holidays are winding down.
Coming through.
Time to recharge with a new Toyota during the final days of Toyotathon.
Get $1,000 cash back on your favorite models when you finance through Toyota Financial Services. Toyota, let's go places.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good morning, everyone. Here's a last look at the 3 things you need to know to get you ready for the new year. We're going to continue to see the light snow and ice this morning, but to start 2024, beginning tomorrow, we are going to see fairly dry conditions for the rest of the week with temperatures near to slightly above average. But we still have that alert day through about noon where we're going to continue to see some light snow and some light freezing rain. So the alert day is not just for the snowfall because we're not really going to see a lot of snow, but it's the snow combined with the freezing rain, which will likely create some slippery roads. Now, this is going to be around noon. Conditions will be better by the afternoon. Looking at the current radar, seeing some widespread light snow. Actually, we have a camera pointed outside just right there. You can't see it, but I can see that there is snow pretty steady right now here in Madison. Now, looking closer at La Crosse, looks like the heaviest snow for you folks, at least within the city limits of La Crosse, has kind of moved to the south. But here in Madison, we're going to continue to see some light to moderate snow for a few more hours, and especially places to the east east of Madison, maybe could see up to an inch of snow. So looking at future track, like I mentioned, this is going to continue throughout the morning. Still going to see some flurries during the afternoon, but not only are we not expect to see any freezing rain during this time, but the snow that we do see past the noon hour will likely not accumulate. As we head towards the evening, the clouds will actually begin to break up, and then for midnight, we'll see partly cloudy to maybe even mostly clear skies. Towards Monday morning, though, we are going to see some fog develop, especially around La Crosse, but by Monday afternoon, much of our area will see plenty of sunshine. Looking at the snowfall going forward, only going to see at most about an inch for areas for Dane County and areas to the east. For those of you around La Crosse, much of the snow has passed. So although we still have that alert day conditions as far as the snowfall goes, we're not going to see a lot of it. But again, just take it easy this morning as roads will likely be slippery. Looking at the 10-day high temperature forecast, very consistent. Highs will be in the middle to lower 30s, maybe upper 20s for Thursday. Average high for this time of year is in the upper 20s, so these are slightly above average, but pretty close to average. Not much going on this week in terms of temperatures or in terms of rain or snow after this morning. Now, as we head towards the beginning of next week, I've been talking about it throughout the morning. Right now, we do have the potential for quite a bit of rain or snow. Now, at this point, the models are in pretty good agreement that we could see some accumulation. Now, it's hard to say for sure just how much snow we will see, but definitely stay updated to News 3 Now. You can download our weather app for up-to-date details on that system, but it looks like we may start to see a shift in that weather pattern. But that's 9 days out, so the next 7 days after this morning are going to be very calm. Definitely colder than what we've been seeing the last few weeks, especially around Christmas, but that's going to be more like winter weather and still slightly above average for this time of the year. I'm very curious if that next week's system does play out like it could play out. What the models are suggesting right now could be definitely our most snowfall of the season so far, but a lot can change.
Well, like I was telling you earlier, I went outside of my apartment this morning. I knew there was an alert for winter weather, and I was like, oh, there's no snow. It fell right down.
Yeah, luckily my car was in a garage kind of underground, and the ramp going up, they already put salt on it. So once I got up the ramp, I was fine because I was on flat surfaces, but I did slip around just a little bit.
All right, one last thing this morning. Powerball, no winners last night, so that's an unfortunate thing. But anyway, Jacob, we are back after this break with more on Weekend Mornings.
After a serious accident, you'll need a winning team to protect your rights. Trust Wisconsin's own Ruger Law Offices. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
We can't help what you do before you go to bed, but we can make sure the sleep is solid once you finally get there.
And during the 4-day New Year's super sale at Denver Mattress, the more you buy, the more you save.
Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend.
Or purchase a Tempur-Pedic and get a $300 gift. Save up to $200 on our Denver Mattress brand lineup, plus 6 years no interest financing and free shipping. Here's to 365 nights of better sleep. Happy New Year from Denver Mattress.
Kind of needs to be more squiggly. Perfect. So now, do you have a driver's license?
Oh, what did you get us?
With the click of a pen, you can get a new Volkswagen at the Sign Then Drive event. Hurry in to lease a new 2024 Tiguan for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at signing. Limited inventory available.
When moderate to severe ulcerative colitis takes you off course, put it in check with Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
When I wanted to see results fast, Rinvoq delivered rapid symptom relief and helped leave bathroom urgency behind. Check.
When UC tried to slow me down, I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
And when UC caused damage, Rinvoq came through by visibly repairing my colon lining. Check. Rapid symptom relief, lasting steroid-free remission.
And a chance to visibly repair the colon lining. Check, check, and check.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Put UC in check and keep it there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
If you've been injured, you need a trusted team to get you the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
Have a great night and do something good. I started saying it because I was just so tired of all the bad news in the world. People are out there doing great things. I've experienced it. And believe me, it can change your day. Tell us about the good you see. Go to Channel 3000 or post it using the hashtag #DoSomethingGood. I'll share your stories on News 3 Now. Our community is full of wonderful, giving people. Let's celebrate them together. Let's do something good.
All right, as we bid farewell to 2023, we want you to meet the staff that brings you the best news coverage all year long.
Here are the faces of News 3 Now, wishing you a Happy New Year.